unless you tell them it's not a permitted use, and so, but there's not a lot. It's going to be something.
Right now, I don't have a problem, because the lady that lives across the street, or the owner across the street, I notice what it is every weekend, it's something different. And it seems like it's getting, like, worse people are coming in. At first, it wasn't a big deal, but the last 3 weekends, it's been younger kids, and the music is kind of loud, and there's nobody that lives on one side, but there's a gentleman that lives on this other side. But, yeah, last weekend, there was a band full of girls, and I was on my porch, and they came out in their little running stuff, and I was like, oh, y'all are on the wrong street to be running on Dale. I wanted to turn them around and go that way, there's a trail that way, but they put their little earphones on, and I was so scared. There was like 3 or 4 of them running, and I'm like, and they're running on the street, and I'm like, they're going to get hit.
Hey, just a heads up, when you brought that subject up, we had gotten, Fort Worth for like the last month has been working on an ordinance for that. We've actually got it, and we were looking through it. We're going to give it to Marvin to go through and see what he's got.
I actually got it.
Oh, you've already got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the problem for cities like us is Fort Worth and Arlington and these bigger cities can get away with regulating them by restricting them in certain places and not letting them other places.
No.
And, you know, your 2 square miles, it's not like we can exactly pick
Yeah.
one block of the city and say, well, you can go there, but you can't go anywhere else.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not an ideal circuit. And honestly, the legislature could wind up jumping in this session and telling us something totally different that jumps in front of the court.
I think Fort Worth Legal has been working on that thing for trying to figure out a way of doing it. Because they're hearing it from people like you that live around them, and then they hear it from the other side too, and they're trying to
And she's
figure out what
running
they
for
can do
pretty
legally.
She's making some serious money.
Yeah, they tell us we can wind up giving them permits and charging them, wind up collecting hotel motel tax off of them, even though that indicates that it's a hotel motel being operated in a residential use. So on the one hand, they're calling it a residential use and saying the property owner should have the right to use it however they want. But then they're turning around and telling us, oh, just collect taxes off of it like it's a motel. So none of it makes sense.
Well, I had to go over there and tell the young gentleman that they can't put the trash out. They had like 6 bags of trash on Sunday night. I'm like, oh, no, sir. I said, we have too many cats and too many raccoons. That stuff's going to be all over the place. And so they took it all inside, but then the owner comes and cleans. So she took it outside, and I was like, no, ma'am, because all that's going to end up all over the street.
Well, they should check it out. They got to get their
And if she knows who the owner is, that's the phone number you need, so you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
Loud.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Hi, John, do you have anything?
Not nice. Not that he can talk to us about.
Right. No, I'm good.
Steve?
I don't have anything.
No. Only thing I had, Dan already mentioned, Corey was a great guy, and even though he didn't live in River Oak specifically, he was about a block out and brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. So with that, we're going to double back to item number 16, which is discussion and action on real estate property value involving investment and or sale of city-owned property at 5550 Baylor Avenue. We're going to go into executive session at this time under section 551.071 and 551.072. We're in exec at 8:23.